We on?
You're on.
Good morning.
Dave and Dave, episode 29. Your age.
2019.
First one. How many do you think we're going to do this year? How many do you want to do? About 40?
40, 42, my age, my true age.
My age, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to like this theme. He does not know what the theme is. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Real leaders never negotiate their standards. You like that one?
It's a truism.
So today we're going to be discussing a couple of things. I'm going to give you an overview. You got to love this guy. Just shows up and goes. Right?
You got to go from the hip or the heart.
It's funny. I'm doing a webinar with somebody in a couple of weeks, and he's like, "How much do you want to prepare?" I'm like, "I could just show up, buddy." But we're gonna do four
you
things.
inherited those genes.
So today we're going to be discussing a couple of things. We're going to be talking about the Nest Standard, which we rolled out December 26th, which is how we're capping the amount of agents at Urban Nest at 500 agents. What does that look like? What are the different levels? We've been getting some amazing feedback on that.
Amazing.
But there is some questions surrounding it. So we're going to talk about what are the levels, what's required, and what our main goal is. Like for instance, I don't know if I mentioned it, our main goal is one transaction per agent per month. So if we have 400 agents at the time, our goal will be 400 transactions. Does that mean everyone has to do a deal a month? No. We have people doing 20 deals a month, and we have people doing one. So, but we're gonna have a goal for all of you. We're also gonna talk about the December stats, and we're gonna talk about what's behind me. A little shout out to Dale Snyder. You know, we like to give credit where it's due. This was on his Facebook this morning. It's an NAR image, and I want to talk about that. We're actually going to jump into that right away. Special guests, we have some GLVAR healthcare information with Jason.frederico. He's going to explain what's going to go on with the healthcare. Now, I thought there were exchanges that you had to hit a certain date. Apparently, you could still sign up. So we got him coming in. We also have Francine Willis with Old Republic. She'll be in here to answer some questions, if she lets us give her a question. And then we have some Urban Nest updates really quick. Lunch and Learn today with Lawyer's Title at noon. And Buffini Pathway to Mastery starts on the 14th of February, Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
And then we will end it with speaking about another great quote. On your last day on earth, the person you became will meet the person you could have become. Will you be looking in the mirror? Right? Some interesting stuff. Kind of to wrap up that 2018 and kind of talk about your pursuits and goals in 2019. So I'm looking at myself here. I mean, they tell you not to put white on because you get whitewashed out, but I guess I'm good to go.
You're not whitewashed.
No. All right, I got a nice clean thing. Okay, let's jump into stats. So you saw the stats, right?
There's GLVAR stats, my stats.
Let's talk about GLVAR stats.
Let's talk about them because they're interesting.
I think they're really interesting because a couple things. Median price stayed the same. It's a 0.1% appreciation.
250 up, yeah.
295, 250, 295,250. We were at 295 in November. This is December stats, by the way. Year over year, we're up 10.2%. Find me
we had the strong.
Find me an investment where you're making 10% year over year, right? You know what? Did you see what the supply was? Not as many houses on the market right now without offers. It says here only 6,615.
Right, well.
6,615 houses on the market
I have
without
6,685, so
okay.
That's a few days later. Yeah.
Units sold were 2,336. You take 6,615 and divide it by 2,336. It's a 2.8 month supply.
And what was our supply during the middle of the year?
45 days, but you're comparing it to an insane market. It's healthy, right?
Oh,
so
it's not a bad market.
Here's where the change did occur. Days on market. So we're not doing actual days on market, but we're talking about how long it takes for houses to go into escrow. During the height, we were seeing like 75% of homes going into escrow within 30 days. Okay. Now we're down to 55% of homes going into escrow within 30 days, right? Then it drops in 60 days is an additional 25%, okay? And then 90 days is 9.9. When I was president in 2017, one of the things I was saying all the time is 90% of all homes are in escrow within 90 days. Yeah. It's still the same. if you go 90 days. It's
Right.
just more on the 60 day and the 90 than the past.
And stats are a beautiful thing, but also reality is multiple offers, not so much. You know, I think the key to
Sellers
today's
are unrealistic.
market is sellers need to price it right. They can't say, I want, out to the world of realtors and to sellers, please, the realtors are the professionals. They base your price on comparables, the comparables of what have sold. So if they say to you, your house is worth 500 and you say, I want 6, my answer is, I want hair and I want to be 30 pounds thinner.
And you're gonna be the ones that are going over 90 days. You're gonna be the 10%.
Right. So let your realtor show you. I'm not telling you to have blind faith. Let them show you the statistics and the comps that prove what your price would be.
And the reality is this: when there's a 45-day supply, you can dictate the price. But now there's not. There's more competition, and the inventory is a little dated. It's not as pretty. So you can get away with asking high prices for a dated inventory when the market is that tight.
Right.
Now you're seeing multiple offers and high prices for the anomalies, for the ones that are like renovated, rehabbed, positioned correctly, and those will see a big jump over the other ones that have to be positioned
We
correctly.
talked about it in my class yesterday, and we basically said, if your seller has the money to renovate it, do that renovation of those 4 or 5 things to get the higher price. But not only to get the higher price, but to make it sell fast.
Without a doubt.
So
and you get your money back. Like you have to
plus.
And that's where the flippers are still doing well.
Right.
And we're going to get into this a little bit, but I was at ProSource yesterday. ProSource is where, like, when you're renovating your house. So that's the journey continues with myself. We're selling the house in Reverence. We're moving back into Willow Creek, but we're gutting the house, like gutting it, almost to the studs. And the ProSource guy was like, what's going on with the market? Because we just did the house in Reverence with him. And I'm like, why? Are you getting a little slow? And he's like, yeah, we're seeing not as much traffic. And I said, you see, so it's that mentality. Listen, it's a pain in the butt, but if you put some money into your house, some strategic money, you'll see the
paint,
return.
floor, kitchen, bathrooms.
Yeah.
Just that.
And don't go crazy with stupid things
Right.
like I'm doing in my house that I hopefully will live for a long time. Okay, this is how this plays in. So I want to pan in, Dad. You didn't look at this. So when I saw this, this is an NAR. This is an NAR graph, and Dale shared it, and immediately some things jumped out. So this is the increase in home values from 05 to 18. So the high to the high, right? Now obviously we have seen what we were at the high. It's like it's like basically 2 peaks with a valley in between.
Mm-hmm.
So from 2005, where we had our last, let's say, high price, almost a bubble, to 2018, Texas, for instance, is up 71%, which means that not only did they not get beat up too much, they have exceeded their 2005 high and blown right past it. So you're seeing that throughout the country, right? A lot of places, though, are in this like orangey yellow, okay? And they have seen 18, 17%, right? And these are places, this is what's interesting. New York, Chicago, California, Michigan, places where people are exiting. Would you agree on that?
Yep.
And then there is us with 9%.
You know what that map shows me? Buy, baby, buy.
So funny, because what I said was like, wow, the whole country is in blue other than these states that are expensive to live in that people are leaving, right? Even they are seeing 18%, California saw 20%, 19%. We have only seen a 9% gain since 2005. Mm-hmm. That means that we are completely undervalued. Buy, baby, buy, right? Just got into a little debate on Facebook about prices raising in casinos and parking and things like that.
Yeah, I saw all that.
And I said, hey, people aren't moving here necessarily for the casinos anymore. They're moving here for the tax structure, the affordability,
Great weather,
and the entertainment. And what they don't realize is, you know what it costs to park in Boston or New York? not $24 a day, $24 an hour. It is an hour. When I swear to God, there was a parking spot right in Broadway when I met the family. $24 an hour the first hour and like $15 an hour after that. The reality is this. I'm not saying we're going to jump the curve when the pricing correction comes in the next 2-3 years, but I think we got a great shot of bending through it than everybody else because we have not even exceeded our 2008 price high. Interesting stat though, no?
Right.
Great thing for buyers
Show
to
your
see.
buyers, yeah.
Urban Nest agents, we will be sharing this in Nest Connect for you today, the graph for you to use. I thought this was very strong to see that we are still a phenomenal buy in Las Vegas, in Reno, with only a 2.8 month supply. Interesting, right?
It's great.
All right. Beautiful.
Love it.
Okay, anything else on stats before...
Just that the escrow slowed down. It seemed like the 1st of January was yesterday because yesterday everyone came back to work and buyers are looking again and sellers are selling and agents are back in the office. So hello, January 1 yesterday.
And the predictions of the economists, we say this over and over again, but it's worth saying again. In 2019, they're saying more inventory, higher rates, which we'll see with the government, right, if they're going to flatten them out.
Can't talk about government too insane.
Right, exactly. So we'll see. And they're also saying, so normally, more competition, higher rates, you don't see appreciation. But they're still predicting single-digit appreciation, which means 5-8%. Again, huge. So good information to know. So far, this is what we're seeing in our own stats. So the economists so far are on point. What do you think?
I think
Crystal ball.
My crystal ball is that we're very lucky because with the tax structure that went in last year, when people do their taxes this year, they are going to move to the non-state tax,
The ones without the state income tax.
which is us.
Yeah.
And real estate tax deduction for your property tax is set very low. And again, we have a low property tax.
Still write off your property taxes up to $10,000. Not many people in this town are having $10,000 property taxes. Where in California and California, New York, East Coast states, they have $15,000, $20,000 tax bills that they're not going to be able to write off.
And they have
State income tax.
10,000, 20,000 of state income tax. They're not. Now, the group coming, I believe, the kids, the ones that could get a job here and haven't bought in their states, the retirees, because let's be real, you could live a much, much better house, much better life here with that money from those states. And then the people that make the money in those states but don't have to live there.
Yeah.
That could work out of their home. That's the group that I believe is going to be an influx to Las Vegas this year.
And other than California, we win the weather game with all the Midwest and East Coast people, right? We win even we compare ourselves to Florida, we win the humidity and the insect game. So,
we also win the entertainment. Everyone gets bored. There's so much going on here.
And it's easy to live here, as much as I have an infatuation with California, all it takes is one time stuck in traffic and you're like, this gets boring quickly. Nice to visit. You pay the 75-degree weather tax. But we're super bullish on what's going on here. You have the Madison Square Garden Sphere coming, the Raiders. We've got so many things coming. It's a really exciting time. So, all right, let's now take a break in our segment to bring in something that we think you're really going to like. So there's been a lot of information rolling around about GLVAR healthcare, about who can do it, who can't. Apparently, it's not just one group. There are other people that can do healthcare for GLVAR. So we have someone that can do it that we've had in the financial sector, and we trust this guy. So we're going to have him come in and talk a little bit about it. All right? So we have Jason.frederico.
How are you guys?
Hello?
So, real quick, are you Italian? Greek?
Not.
You a little bit of everything?
Do everything.
But what is Frederico? Is it Spanish?
Italian.
It is Italian?
Yes.
Alright, just want to make sure. How many Italian United States presidents have we had?
None.
Man, what's up? I was just posting today. If I can't make it through customs without being pulled aside. You know what I mean? It's either we own a spaghetti factory or we're in the Costa Nostra.
There's one right here.
Exactly. All right, so Jason reached out to me. You see, listen, here's the thing about healthcare. You don't have to deal with it. 20 years of being Fire Department of New York, like my father, FDNY, one of the things of risking your life, because you're real firefighters, and no offense to Vegas firefighters, but real firefighters in New York going into basements and big buildings, man, you get good health care for the rest of your life, right? Oh no, now you're not even on
just
that.
about to
Oh
say,
my God,
that's gone, baby, gone.
So now he doesn't have good health care. You have
Medicare.
Medicare. Just kidding. So he's taken care of, and he has been for a long time. But Angie and I are so busy, we don't really have time to look into it. So they send us the big bill every month. I think it's $1,300 a month for the four of us, which is insanity for not even great health care. And the exchanges and the dates, it's all confusing. So we finally had a conversation about our health care on January 4th. And I'm looking things up, and I'm like, oh shit, I missed the deadline. Because I said December 15th of the exchange. Then I was having a conversation with Jason. He said that's not the case with the deadline, right? So explain a little bit about that.
So GLVAR came out with a new deadline as plans came about just a couple of weeks ago for the association. Their new deadline is February 28th, whereas...
Say it again, February 28th, new
February
deadline for
28th.
GLVAR. Okay.
Right. Plans aside from that were on the individual market before that were indeed December 15th.
Gotcha. So that's a big thing. For instance, like I didn't even care. Like I know I'm getting taken with the 1300 is. I was really confused about, like, they're not PPO and HMO anymore, so it's confusing. And they changed my plan without even. They just said, "Oh, you're now on this plan." So I was like, "Man, I want to make sure I got the good plan." So that was my first concern. But then he started telling me the rates and how much I'm gonna save, like $500 a month, right? Or
Yeah,
something
a little bit
ridiculous,
500 a month.
which is insanity. And
Because it's a group plan through GLVAR, is
Correct.
that the
That's
same?
right. Yep. Exactly.
so
Yay for you.
that's what I'm saying. So there's a couple of things, right? You can't have employees or something like that.
Can't have W-2 employees. You've got to be a member in good standing with the association. You also have to have a Clark County business license for at least the last 6 months.
Oh, for those of you who have been on your business licenses, you better get that moving.
For sure.
Beautiful. So, have you, not to throw you a curveball, you tell me stories of multiple people being like, oh my God, I'm getting better insurance, I'm saving money. Has anyone actually not saved the money?
Had somebody yesterday that saved a very small amount, about $20, and
Yeah.
they were paying for a low-cost plan right now relative to what they could be paying for the GLVAR plan. They didn't save much. Their deductibles, their out-of-pocket maximum would have been lower. They would have lost some of the co-pays that were associated with their existing plan,
Yeah.
aside from the association plans, so they decided to stay where they are.
Gotcha. So, you see, I love hearing that. It's like Yelp for me. I don't know about it for you. Or even Zillow reviews. I hate seeing only good things, right? I want to hear, hey, it didn't work out for one person, or I didn't have a great experience here, whatever, because it shows some transparency and realness. So I love that. But overall, it's like an 8 out of 10, right? I mean, most people are getting significant. I know another friend of mine saved $300 a month. You were telling me someone yesterday, $240 a month, a single guy, right?
Yeah.
So it's real money. I mean, $6,000 is $6,000, especially when you're renovating.
Is it
a
for the
house.
same plan?
Some of the parts of the plan are better.
Yeah, so some of the coverages are better. You get the United Healthcare nationwide in-network plan. So in the plans that currently exist with Sierra Health Plan of Nevada, if you travel and it's not a life-threatening emergency,
Yeah.
you have no coverage.
Yeah, that is insane.
It is. So with these new plans,
Crazy, right?
you get you're afforded the United Healthcare in-network nationwide plan. If I'm traveling to New York or California or where have you, I go somewhere, I can go see a doctor without it being an emergency, which is awesome.
I gotta admit, I was wrong on this. I never in a million years, when Tom and some of them at this association were talking about, doing the group plan, because we've tried this so many times. I never thought that the rates would come down, but they are. It's impressive.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah. This better be the first of many good things that you bring to us, my friend. Any other thing you want to throw in? I mean, we have your information, so if you're interested in this, I'm doing it myself with Angie and the girls. Like I said, Jason.frederico, 702-300-0850. It's on here. His email is on here, jason.frederico@westpacwealth.com. Just reach out to you and you'll take care of them?
Yeah, no, I'd love to help. Not a guarantee that we can do better than you've already got, but I think it's definitely worth a shot. So
Yeah, you got nothing to lose. And
I have a question.
Go for it.
So, a lot of the people down, they have a person they're recommending, and they think that if they go to that person, they get a better rate or a different policy. Basically, what you're saying is that with you, you get the exact rate as the person they're recommending,
yeah.
and you could do the same exact
It's
policy.
an excellent question. So, misnomer that larger brokerage firms or certain brokers have preferential treatment as far as rates are concerned or comprehensiveness of a plan. That's incorrect. So everybody has universal rates throughout the city, as well as comprehensiveness of the plan.
So you could use exactly the same as the quote GLVAR sponsored person can.
Yeah, every rate is going to be exactly the same to the penny,
Got it.
regardless
Wow.
of who you use.
So find the person you connect with the best. And
Well, that's
go
what I
with
was saying, because this way, if
That's the
they
thing.
go to him, they're not going to pay more than if they call GLVAR.
I'm not going to name drop because I don't want to put them on the spot, but some agents of our own, friends of mine who own other companies, myself, I have history with Jason. I trust him. I feel comfortable with him, so that's why I went to him. So that's important for me, right? Just like when you choose a realtor, and again, for those of you in the general public, this is only if you are a realtor at the Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors. Yeah.
Great.
Not everybody else. So, but then can you help anyone in the general public? No, this is just GLVR.
I mean, I can outside.
Yeah, he could.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a broker.
You just have questions in general. Reach out.
Individuals and small groups. So.
Beautiful. Anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's it. I appreciate you guys having me, and if you have any questions I can help with, let me know.
Yeah, and like I said, the other two people, they're using them, and I'll give you updates on all the money. I'm gonna take that $6,000 and pump it more into my house because a couple of the things.
Take the $6,000 and go on vacation.
No, that's a different fund. We fund everything.
Oh, different.
The windows we're putting in are $3,000 more than I thought. So then I said to Ange, we could put the windows in because we're saving money on the healthcare.
Got it.
Because we got a budget. You can't over improve your house. So thank you, my
Appreciate it.
friend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's good to see you. Take care.
Mhm.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, so we have one more guest, and then we're going to jump into the Nest Standard, and we're going to explain everything, how it works. So please stay with us. Up next, Francine Willis with Old Republic. You know her, you love her. Francine is going to answer questions today,
Ooh,
right?
I hope so.
Because
Good
normally you're
morning.
just like on a stage, and we give you the mic. So today we want to ask you some questions.
I'm excited to answer them, and I hope-
Okay, Francine. I bought a house on December
This year.
19.
19th. No, a new one.
Oh,
So,
oh,
how long do I have till I put? Is it 30 days till I can put it on?
yeah. To have it backdated. So, if you wait 30 days and then you
Yeah.
it's gonna
Then
have
you're
a
in
waiting
trouble.
period.
Yes. But if I do it now, I'm good to go.
But yes, I'll
So-
backdate it.
If you bought a house, you can within the first 30 days. Important. Old Republic is probably the preeminent product on the market. It's a fantastic market. There are a lot of, product. There's a lot of other great products as well, but we've been committed and with you guys, God, for probably past our time with Urban Nest, right?
Long before.
Oh, properties.
Properties Plus. That's a blast from the past.
Yeah.
1997.
Yeah.
Since you even started in the business.
Yeah, I didn't start till 2000.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 19 years from mine. I'm gonna get my 20-year pin soon. I'm gonna probably be one of the youngest to get the 20-year pin.
Could be.
Yeah,
I'm one
I
of the
usually
youngest.
joke with the 20-year
I was
pin.
one of the youngest to get the 40-year pin when we went.
When I
down.
was the president, I got in trouble because I said, with the 20-year pin, are we giving walking papers still? No, that was the 40-year
Yeah,
pin.
and there it is. And now you're coming right to it, wise mouth.
I am a little bit, but it was fun. All in good fun.
Oh, you're only
Yeah,
catching
I'm
up.
41 years old. Can you believe it?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah,
I'm
25.
41.
Uh-huh.
So, give us something different. How are things going? Like, are are people putting on warranties like they used to? Because I think it gets a bad rap. I look at it as catastrophe insurance, right? I don't know about you.
That's a good way to look at it.
Listen, if my garage door opener or something that's going to cost me $100 to call somebody out goes, I may not pay the deductible. What is it? $75. The way home warranties work, you pay $75 for the service call. They give you kind of an analysis of what's going on. They call Old Republic and say, am I going to fix this or not, and how much of it, right?
My toilet bowl was leaking.
Yeah.
I called.
You call. But if you have a handyman, you don't call. It's kind of like insurance, right? So what I think the best value for what warranty companies are for, because sometimes they get a bad rap because you're an insurance company, right, is the oh my God issues, which we're going to be talking about a little bit with brokerages too. All brokerages are great until you have an issue. Then you find out which brokerage
Boy,
is
is that
great.
the truth.
Right?
Yes.
Same thing with warranty companies.
Yep.
All warranty companies are fantastic until
Your hot water heater is leaking out of the garage.
Who's the rep who's going to be on the phone helping you navigate through all the stuff and get it done? Francine has bailed us out so many times. Us, our clients, our agents' clients. That's what sets you apart. Right? That's the difference.
So, you bring up a really good point. We are seeing, again, I think in the market where we're getting more agents not really explaining the value of a warranty. Because at the end of the day, the only reason a warranty was born, if you guys don't know this, is for risk reduction. I know that's a big surprise. It's to reduce your risk. So after a close, seller goes away, you're going on to your next deal. Who do you want to protect your client for the next year? And what product did you give them to look at? What if they didn't take it? If they declined it, did you get it in writing in my application? There's on the application page. Have them sign they don't want it, because what really happens, the close occurs, the dishwasher that was working great at the close of escrow now fails. I know buyers that don't believe that it wasn't your responsibility to pay for that dishwasher. Why wouldn't you want us to help you with that risk? And that's what Old Republic has been doing. We are celebrating 45 years. We started in 1974. I myself am celebrating 16 years with you, and I have over, oh my gosh, I have thousands of clients. My agents and your clients become our clients, so we have a mutual goal to take care of them. The thing with the warranty too is that we give you the same product. So if you wait 30 days and call it in, and it's the 40th day, you get the same plan I would have given you on the resale, right? The only difference is you have a waiting period from the time that you pay the payment. Now, we don't offer monthly payments the first year because we don't sell direct to consumer. We get our clients through you, our amazing brokers and agents, and we take care of them accordingly. I'm also here to bring value to you and your team. So along with the product, the coverage, the way to work us, is that if you have a situation, I have a 24-hour service center, that if you send me an email, you send me some kind of information, you need my help, I'm getting it to my amazing sales service team. And you know what, last night I got a call about 5:15, I was in line at the Knights, and I got an email, I just happened to check, and I have one of my agents had a heater issue. I sent it over to my sales service team. I got a call last night, because I checked when I got out of intermission, they'd already taken care of him. So the point is, we all hear the additive, it's who you know. You gotta know me in the business, because 16 years later, with Old Republic Home Warranties, I'm here to show you and teach you the real value to your client. It isn't about what the brochure is, it's about what is the meat and potato of a contract. Does the contract you hand out have $1,000 limit on a pool heater? We don't. Does it have full coverage when we go to change out an air conditioner built into their standard plan? Or is it something you forgot to add and it had a limit of $2,500? You don't know. Does the standard plan cover the Freon recharge, which is getting more and more costly every year that we get away from the Freon? So there's lots of information, and I know sometimes I talk a lot, but be specific. Sit down with me. Tell me how I can be a personal value to you in your business plight and growing it. Along with the amazing coverage, we are also technology. So when I do my meetings, I try to show you, if you have an iPhone, you have a Samsung, an Android, how to put us right on your phone so you can access our online toolbox, where we also have in your account blogging. How many of you guys are doing social media? All of you. If you're not twitting, you're Instagramming. If you're not
Twitting.
Instagramming, you're snap. I call it twitting.
Twitting.
Tweeting.
Tweeting. It's really more like twit to me.
But let me cut in now. Here, so you know, with my father and I, this is something I'm gonna speak for you on.
Uh-oh.
We never ask you to do something we're not willing to do ourselves, right? So we're not saying to our agents and to our clients and to the public, put a home warranty on your house and then not putting on our own. So example, father lives in Red Rock. The house is a good, 15, 20 years old.
17.
Right? He has a warranty on it.
Full.
I moved into a brand new house in Reverence. Now, I'm not even going to live there. The first year was covered for free through Pulte. But I put a 5-year plan on it, which the next 4 years. So now, even though
when you go to sell it,
when I go to sell, so even though I'm not going to use it, when I go to sell it, I'm going to convey with my house a 4-year protection plan that's going to not just cover me as an agent, but cover me as a homeowner. Because it's not if, it's when something goes, whether it's a day after or a year after, and I'm going to be like, listen, I filled out the seller's property disclosure fully. I provided you with a 4-year home protection plan. Go look somewhere else for the money, because I've given you everything that we can do. And then on the new home, which is a 19-year-old home, I'm going to be getting one as well, because I know there's going to be issues. I know I'm going to be, listen, I'm gutting the house, I'm putting new air conditioning units, there's a lot of things that I'm fixing, but I still want that extra protection. It's a fairly new water heater, but if the water heater goes, I want to be able to call Francine or a home warranty person and say, hey, fix it. So we highly recommend it. We love you as a trusted partner, and
Thank you.
we thank you for everything.
And one more thing, you guys, there's a real big secret out there, and that is new construction coverage. New construction coverage is not only amazing because you pay one time for your add-ons, but when you do sell that house maybe 2 years later, you can transfer the warranty. You're not
and it's a
paying for it
much
again.
less expensive rate.
Yes, and the other thing is we do duplex, triplex, fourplex, but your other top secret is how you can reduce your risk by offering the seller or presenting to a seller to offer the home warranty with Old Republic Home Protection. And that is on a personal one-to-one basis, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you, Francine.
I'll see you at WCR.
All right,
Yes,
so
I have seen it now.
Francine's talking at 11 o'clock, WCR.
Where
Those
is
of
it?
you who bought tickets, don't forget
TPC.
Oh, beautiful.
TPC.
We'll be there.
Don't forget to go.
You
It's
guys,
sold
it's gonna be
out.
great. It's Boss Lady, and it's gonna be crazy. See you
Yes,
soon.
our own Faith Harmer will be there as well.
And
Yes,
Christina
and
Chipman.
Christina Chipman.
Christina will be there with Faith
and
speaking.
Katie
Yeah.
and
Beautiful.
Terry and Alexandra and
So,
A
and
whole
Urban Nest is a gold sponsor? I don't know. What is it?
Gold sponsor.
Gold sponsor this year? Because we
which
believe,
means they give us gold jackets when we walk
we
in.
believe in the leadership of WCR. We love Lisa Waldeck and the group that's in there this year. So I also wrote this down, and I didn't even plan on segueing in. I was just thinking about this the other day. This is a plug, but this is reality. The moment you realize you aren't at a quality brokerage, it's too late. Right? Literally, he hates when I curse, when the shit hits the fan and times are difficult, who do you know will really be there? And I know we talked about this a little bit in a couple of Facebook Lives in the past, but when the market gets where you have to work, when people start suing each other, do you have a brokerage that has an attorney on speed dial to get a great answer on what you can do? Do you have brokers that have been through professional standards training, grievance? We're on every single thing known to man, including Georgia. Do you have brokers with thousands and thousands and thousands of transactions they've been through and ways to navigate through? Your client, the clients out there, is your agent at a brokerage that is consistent. It's been in the real estate business 40-something years, almost 20 years. These are the things that matter, and usually it's too late because everyone focuses on getting the house, getting the commission, right? And not like, oh my God, this is going hairy, this is going wacky, what am I gonna do? Just had a situation the other day. Someone in my personal sphere of friends calls me and he's like, Dave, one of your agents is helping me on a transaction. She's doing a fantastic job. She's new. I have no worries. Georgia, I know your broker has been on top of it. Your father has been on top of it. I just want to make sure that you know she was my nanny. Now she's my realtor, right? But the agent on the other side is new too. And we're having problems because the agent on the other side has no help whatsoever. So not only are we helping our own agent who's brand new, making sure that my friend, the client, is getting top level, top notch service, we're also trying to assist without breaking fiduciary responsibilities the other side of the transaction, because that brokerage is, not to be named, is dropping the ball on making sure that their brand new agent is getting the quality education and knowledge that they need. So I believe that's a huge point of difference. And I'm not saying we're the only ones out there that are like that. There are some quality brokerages out there, but you make sure it's usually too late when you find out. Don't you agree?
Well, I think that you better have your ducks in a row, because when you do all those things or go in front of these people, you better have people that know what they're doing.
Well, here's the thing. One of the biggest compliments we can get, and we just had this happen, is when an agent leaves for a free office or better fees or supposed leads, and then they come back, right? And they're
Which
like,
happened yesterday.
exactly, and they're like, Dave and Dave, like, we know who you are, we know you're gonna be there, we know that you're the quality. Like, there's a consistency that comes in this very volatile landscape that you especially bring to the table, because you have been such an example of doing it right year over year after year over year. Like, you can't question that consistency because you've proven it over and over again. Whereas a lot of people fly by night, you know, they're gone.
Well, it's also a brokerage where we don't have 400 agents and one broker.
True.
We have brokers that person you're talking about, that agent calls Georgia, then she texts me, then she has backup all over the place. If you have you're in a brokerage that has one broker for 400, 500 agents, it's impossible for that broker.
Or one that hides.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or one that says I'm away and I have no staff to help.
Exactly. So that was just a little aside to kind of segue us into what we discussed the day after Christmas, the Nest Standard, right? So the Nest Standard is us capping our company at 500 agents. As we stand, we've been hiring.
In all three offices.
We've been hiring in all three offices, but I also want to talk about the broker shuffle. You want to talk about the broker shuffle? No? We've been hiring, and then there are some agents that will be getting out of the business because of the dues. So we will be right at about 73, 75 spots left at our company, and then it'll be literally a waiting list. So this is a time of a lot of movement.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that my father incorporated at the last brokerage we were at, it was his thing, and it is the smartest, simplest thing, and I hope every broker out there copies this, because this is the way it should be done. Please copy this. This is the fair way. You know, you guys are independent contractors, your agents, right? When you leave your brokerage, how they treat you on the way out is the most telling way of their true character. Do you not agree with that statement?
I do.
And we're going to show you how it happens when someone leaves Urban Nest. Now, we have amazing retention, but this is how it goes. Dave, I loved being here. I have an amazing opportunity